Never before have so many crumhorns, sackbuts, shawms and cornamuse been gathered together under one roof. And most of these instruments, although based on originals which are hundreds of years old, are still being manufactured today, to cater for a huge revival of interest in the pre-classical music of the 15th and 16th centuries. These cornetti are modelled on an instrument originally made in 1450, although the history of this family of instruments goes back to Anglo-Saxon times. What kind of instrument is this that you're playing?
Well, I'm not really playing it. The point is we were trying to learn about these instruments. It is a marine trumpet, and it's recently been made by a friend of ours in Manchester, and we are showing it here for him. And we're just trying to learn how to do it. It's traditionally a very difficult instrument to play and difficult to adjust, and we're just learning the difficulties of adjusting the bridge.
Is it called a marine trumpet because it warns other shipping you're in the area or something? Or
there are many theories as to why it's called a marine trumpet, and none of them really having enough justification to really be worth mentioning.
Apart from its bizarre design, it's hard to understand the appeal of the serpent to the modern musician. And yet it's not been entirely neglected by classical composers. Berlioz, Beethoven, Handel, Mendelssohn, and even Wagner all included it in their orchestral works. What sort of noise does that one make, Mr. Wood?
Well, despite the fact that it's a relatively small instrument, it is in fact a contrabass instrument and makes a very deep noise. Its playing length is not a foot long as the instrument is, but about 8 feet long. There are 10 bores inside it.
Can you give us a demonstration?
I hope so.
What's it called?
It's called a racket.
Appropriately enough, I suppose.
Hence the name.
Right. How do you explain the growing popularity of these old instruments today?
I suppose some of it must be a disenchantment with other potted forms of music, and there's certainly a lot of academic interest in musicology, generally in universities.
There's a tremendous enthusiasm here at this exhibition today, and I notice that you're encouraging people to play the instruments a lot. That's perhaps a new thing at this kind of exhibition, isn't it?
Yes, that's true, and one of the virtues of these sort of instruments is that, well, I shall be sorted for saying so, they're relatively easy to play, and one musician who can handle a recorder can play most of them.
Another factor is, I believe, that these instruments are a big hit in the export market. Could you tell us about that?
Yes, I think 7/10 of our own production goes abroad, largely to America and Canada.
Have you any sort of idea of approximately the kind of value of, in total, of the instruments like these that we send abroad?
It's impossible to say, but it must run into millions of pounds.
A striking feature of the exhibition is the almost total freedom for visitors to try out the instruments, like these 4 young musicians who got together for an impromptu quartet on curtal, dulzaina and 2 cornamuse.